What it do, y'all boys, man? Money Boy Roy 561, Top Flight. Y'all niggas know what time it is. Shit. Now this one, I kind of like this one. We're gonna talk about facts versus feelings, and why feelings are irrelevant in making. Well, I wouldn't say necessarily irrelevant, but that's not the main thing you should use when making important decisions. First of all, what is a fact? A fact is something that is true. You can't, what I'm saying? Slavery existed. Yes. Forced labor existed. Yes. I am black. The sky is blue. You know, things of that sort. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can try to, all these theories and everything, but that's, what I'm saying? That's what it is. Barack Obama was the 44th president. That's a fact. You can't change that. Hold on one sec. But yeah, what I'm saying? Facts can't be denied unless there's new facts. And unless they have new facts to disprove that fact, then, you know what I'm saying? And the way I argue based on facts. So it's kind of that fight to kill. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like to, bounce around in ideas and shit like that. I don't like ideas. You know what I'm saying? I like facts. And if my facts support exactly what I'm saying, I'm a fight to kill to the point where there's nothing to talk about. And that's how I fight when it comes to this logic stuff. I'm only 20 years old, so my logic compared to like a 35-year-old or 37-year-old, you know what I'm saying? I might just be fucking light work to that nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, I try to use majority facts because feelings, anybody can feel a certain way. So that's subjective. Anybody can feel a certain way. And if enough people feel a certain way, then, it's a movement, So that's one thing in particular that, I feel like a lot of people aren't really arguing no more. Everything's just subjective and all about feelings. Like, I know you guys have like people you follow on Instagram. All they do is just rant about how they feel. But it's nothing ever backed by facts. So and that's what makes it easier to win arguments against people, because a lot of people are in their feelings, but they don't have that ability to separate themselves from, what I'm saying, and to step back and look at things the way it is and operate rationally. Too many people operate emotionally, and I think that's the problem. I think that's a societal problem that it's gonna keep getting worse over the years. Like, it's just certain things. It's like we're trying to reinvent the wheel, which is not, like, what I'm saying, which I think is a waste of time. But hey, I don't create the rules in the society. What I'm saying? I just do what I see as fit for myself and for my interest, because at the end of the day, like, rationalism is needed, in creating families. Somebody has to, like, a family unit is a team, but somebody got to be the head coach and make those hard decisions, and you don't want somebody emotional running that team. Like, shit, we have an emotional president. We seen how that turned out. But hey, like, facts versus emotion. Facts will win every time, because facts are able to see things the way they are, and there's no doubt about it. Whereas emotions, it's always inhibited towards what it should be or how it should operate, or some sort of fucking theory that's not even supported by facts. And that's why it's important whenever you argue, you have to have your facts in line. You can't be speaking subjectively. You know what I'm saying? You speak subjectively, the person that you're arguing is going to think you're an idiot. So, You really have no point. If you don't understand the facts behind an argument, in my opinion, you have no business arguing because your facts aren't right. So what are you arguing about? How you feel? How can a person change how you feel? You know. So it's just like, and another thing when it comes to arguments, you know what I'm saying, perceptions. Because people have different perceptions on the way they view things. There's not one perception to how to view it. And you always have to leave that open. Because when it comes to arguments, people think there's only one way of seeing it, which there isn't. Even if you're winning an argument, there's not one way to see that argument. You know what I'm saying? But facts are facts. Facts are facts. And they can't be interpreted in a different way. So it's just, you gotta understand the facts, you gotta go in there. You gotta go in there with the facts. And it's just like, you see, like the way I argue, I don't even like to argue, I let people talk all their heads off, and what I'll do is, I'll just simply present them the facts. And whatever they're saying basically is null and void because I just proved that they're wrong. So why would I argue more about how they're wrong? Hold on 1 second. It's just a FedEx truck. We usually let that shit, we usually just let them in. But like I'm not gonna sit here and argue, if they're wrong, and I know they're wrong because the facts already said it. At that point, you're just wasting your time. And like, I know that comes off as rude, as you not paying attention to people's arguments, but you know what I'm saying, time is valuable unless they actually have real life facts to change your decision, to change your way of thinking on things. Then there's really no point, after the facts are presented, and they just keep operating off of emotion. So at that point, it's kind of okay to object, but that's a short thing I really had on my mind because it's a lot of people out here that try to change, the way you think about shit. Like, we got, we got, transgenders out here trying to put laws to, change the pronoun of what they are. And I think that honestly is an insult to my intelligence. Like, if we're being honest, a 10-year-old boy can tell a man from a woman, But now we're in a society where women think they could be men and men think they could be women, I don't even try to argue with stupidity, because I think that's pretty stupid, because we have genetic information that's been here for thousands of years, and we're just gonna do away with all of that, and we're just gonna go about how people feel, At one point in time, they felt slavery was okay, but we don't feel that now, do we? And that's where rationalism comes in. People think too much with their feelings instead of, with their rational reasoning, and that's one thing I don't like because feelings change over time. At one point in the United States, a lot of people felt slavery was fine. A lot of people felt it was okay to be equal but separate, aka Jim Crow. And even at one point, the Ku Klux Klan would march past the White House. And in some cases, the president would wave. I don't know which president that was. I think that was Woodrow Wilson. But you understand, facts outperform reasoning every time. And that's really the way it is. Hold on a second. Yeah, I'm back, y'all, but facts, that's literally facts are king. Facts are king. But there's nothing wrong with testing facts. You know what I'm saying? Because scientists test things that we still accept as fact, even today. Like, what's something that they test? I'm not really good with science, but, uh, Newton's laws of relativity and Newton's laws of motion. Those are constantly tested, you know. So it's okay to test facts, but unless you can't find anything, if you can't find anything that supersedes those facts, then you really like you're trying to you're trying to beat a dead horse, you know. So yeah, that's all I have today. You know what I'm saying? Money Boy Roy, Top Flight Security, man. Gang, man, I'm out, man.